Welcome to the Hangout. Tell us more about ransomware and how people can get safe online.
Well, good morning to you, and great to talk to you from a very cold Wales in the United Kingdom. And we're here to sort of push the new campaign that we've got within the Caribbean about ransomware. And it is a problem not just in the Caribbean, but around the world. It's a form of malware that gives criminals the ability to lock out a computer from a remote distance. Then it displays a pop-up window informing people that they're locked out, and until a sum of money is paid, they're not going to be able to access their information on their computer. So it's a significant issue.
It sure sounds like one. And how can people get safe from this? How can we prevent this from happening here?
Well, first of all, there's a number of people that are victims to it. There's anything from government, financial institutions, education. Retail is always a big one that we see, but it's also any small business or any individual can be victim to it. And the sort of things that we've got to look out for are easy to see, because all of a sudden you may not know anyone's got access to your computer, but suddenly this warning will come up. You have been locked out of your computer, and a demand is made. So we've got to do something to mitigate those in relation to the risks and where they come from.
Absolutely. And I know that you are spreading awareness. Get Safe Online has been delivering online safety awareness programs here in the Caribbean since 2019. Tell us about those programs and how they've been going so far.
Right, we're in 12 countries within the Caribbean: Antigua, Barbados, Bahamas, Belize, Dominican Republic. You can imagine all the other ones that we're there to do. I'm not going to go through the full list. That can be seen on the website. And what we've done in the last 6 months or so is that we've done a campaign around students going back to university or even back to school, and they can become victims. They're online all the time. They're not aware of the risks, which is why I say parents and grandparents should get involved and explain what risks and threats are. Now, a lot of parents and grandparents say, "Oh, my children know a lot more about the internet than I do." Yeah, they may do, but they don't know more about risk and threat. So we're trying to push that to explain to students what they can do to protect themselves. We're also talking about ransomware. This is the campaign at the moment. One of the things we're saying is be careful where you go, because it's where you're going to pick up this malicious software. And one of the other campaigns that we're running is check a website. So before you go onto a website that you don't know about, you can go to check a website, put in the name of the website you're going to, and it'll tell you whether it's a genuine website, whether it's got any malware on it, how long it's been running, and it'll give you a green, amber, red traffic light system to tell you which ones you should go for.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us, Tony. And why is ransom awareness critical to Guyana?
Well, as I've said, it's affecting every single country around the world. Guyana in particular, we don't want businesses and individuals to become victims. Unfortunately, we've seen it, as I said, across the world. Companies, big to small, get affected from it. And in the Caribbean, we've seen the telecommunications services of Trinidad and Tobago was hacked. And that was only a few months ago. In July of last year, we saw the Belize electricity company being compromised with 355 gigabytes of data being compromised. Now, let me tell you, that's an awful lot of data to be compromised, and it's a big organization. And if it can happen to big organizations, it can happen to small ones in Guyana. It can also happen to individuals when they're on the internet. And we've got to remember, you know, how important some of the data is on our computers. When we buy a computer, maybe 400, 500, 600, the actual content is worth a lot more to us than that. Pictures that you'll never be able to get back again, pictures of weddings, of christenings, maybe graduations, papers that you've got in it, documentation that's on there. It's worth a lot more than the actual computer itself. So it's really important that we safeguard ourselves.
I hear you on that. Thank you so much. But apart from ransomware, what other campaigns are Get Safe Online spearheading right now?
Well, as I said, we've done a students campaign protecting students, and we've also done the ransomware that we're doing. And check a website. But if you go on to the Get Safe Online website, and that's available in Guyana, if you just type in getsafeonline.gy, then you'll be able to get all this information. It'll tell you what to do. The other things that I always try and mention when I'm online is try and make sure that you've got good security on your computer device, whether that's a laptop, a desktop, or even a mobile phone. Make sure you protect yourselves. Make sure that you update all your operating systems and your applications. Really, really important to do that. And make sure that you've got strong passwords. You don't have to change your passwords regularly unless you feel you've been compromised. But what you've got to have is different passwords for different things you do online. It's a bit like keys. You wouldn't have one key in your life. The problem, if you did, was if you lose that key, you've had to change every single lock. It's exactly the same when it comes to passwords. So that's the other things that we're looking to do and get right.
Sounds good to me. What about your in-country partner here? Are you working with anyone here in particular?
Yes, we certainly are. We're working with the National Data Management Authority. Anyone who wants to go to the website, it's the ndma.gov.gy. Really important to have in-house partnerships. We work with them very, very closely. They take seriously the problems of the internet. And as I always say, the internet is a fantastic place. Millions of interactions and transactions successfully conducted every single day. But there are horror stories. And unfortunately, this morning, we're talking about some of those horror stories. But by working with the partner, the National Data Management Authority, we're trying to get people safer, more secure, and to use the internet more productively and more safely.
Thank you for that. And also, people, you can check out them on social media. It's Get Safe Online Caribbean on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and even Threads. So make sure that you find out more information there about Get Safe Online Caribbean. Thank you, Tony. Is there anything else you'd like to add today for your listeners?
No, I'd just like to thank you for it. It's programs like yours that allow people to know what the problems are and to fix it. So, as I say, when they're on the internet, they feel safe and secure and feel confident when they're using it. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Have a great day today.
Thank you. Bye.
Blessings to you. That was Tony Neate, everybody, joining us via Zoom this morning, representing Get Safe Online. Tony Neate is the CEO of Get Safe Online, the leading source of unbiased, authoritative, and easy to understand information on protection against fraud, identity theft, viruses, and many other problems encountered online. So you can find out more again by going to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Threads. Just type in Get Safe Online Caribbean, and you can also check out their in-country partner. Go to their website, and that would be the National Data Management Authority. It is ndma.gov.gy. Stick with us, though. We got a lot more coming up right here on The Hangout.